They tell you the same story in every school, every job site, every factory floor. Work hard and you'll make it. It's repeated so often it sounds like truth, but it's not truth. It's a lie. If hard work alone made people rich, the hardest workers in the world would all be millionaires. But look around. Coal miners aren't sailing yachts. Nurses pulling night shifts aren't buying private islands. Construction workers with broken backs aren't cashing million-dollar checks. And single parents working 2 jobs aren't building empires. They are working harder than anyone. And yet wealth slips through their fingers. Why? Because hard work without leverage is just exhaustion. Think about the people you've known. The guy who never missed a day on the factory line. The woman who worked 3 decades at the same office. The delivery driver grinding 60 hours a week. Where did it lead them? A small pension. A retirement they might not even live long enough to enjoy. Medical bills that erase savings overnight. The system claps for their effort. But effort doesn't equal wealth. Effort without leverage equals dependence. Now compare that to the owner of the factory, or the CEO in the corner office, or the founder of the delivery company. They may work hard, sure, but their hard work is multiplied. Because they have leverage. Machines. Money. Systems. People. One decision at the top shifts millions of dollars. Meanwhile, one mistake on the floor costs a worker his job. Same hours in the day, different impact. Leverage is the dividing line. It's the multiplier. It's the reason 2 men can sweat the same and end up in completely different worlds. Picture 2 soldiers. One is digging trenches with a shovel. The other is commanding artillery. Both are working. Both are serving. But one shapes the entire battlefield while the other wears himself out in the mud. That's the difference between hard work and hard work with leverage. So let's define it. Leverage means your effort multiplies beyond your personal limits. 1 hour creates results that echo for years. One system makes money even while you're asleep. One skill becomes the foundation for 10 streams of income. Leverage takes human sweat and turns it into exponential output. History proves it. During the Industrial Revolution, millions of laborers worked dawn to dusk. They built railroads, dug canals, worked dangerous mills. They sacrificed bodies and lives. But the fortunes went to the men who owned the railroads, the canals, the mills. Why? Because those men applied leverage. They owned the machines. They owned the capital. They owned the systems that multiplied. The workers broke their backs. The owners built dynasties. The same pattern repeats today. Gig workers driving rideshare apps. Food delivery drivers biking through traffic. Warehouse workers sprinting to hit quotas. They are the modern equivalent of shovelmen. Meanwhile, the platform owners scale endlessly. They built the system once, and now it earns them billions. The driver hustles for every single ride. The owner earns on every ride across an entire nation. One life chained to the clock. The other life multiplied by leverage. This is why the lie is so dangerous. Because it sounds virtuous. It flatters your pride. It tells you that sacrifice is enough. But sacrifice without leverage is slavery. And millions of people are still trapped in it. Now let's break down the forms of leverage you can use. First, money leverage. Investments. Capital that grows by itself. You put $1 to work and it brings back 2. Compounding interest is one of the most powerful forces in the world. That's leverage. Second, skill leverage. Unique knowledge that multiplies your value. The surgeon who makes in 1 hour what a laborer makes in a week. The coder who builds a software program once and sells it forever. Third, technology leverage. Tools that scale you far beyond your personal reach. Social media. AI. Automation. A single video or program or system touches millions without you being there. And fourth, people leverage. Teams, employees, networks. A leader can guide thousands while doing less physical work than any of them. Here's the brutal truth. Without at least one of those forms of leverage, you will grind forever. And all your sweat will build someone else's fortune. That's why a miner stays broke while the mining company grows rich. That's why a warehouse worker dies on the floor while the stockholders retire in comfort. It's not because one side worked harder. It's because one side worked with leverage. Now let's flip it. What happens when you combine hard work with leverage? That's when you get explosion. Think of two farmers. One tills a small patch with a wooden plow. The other uses modern machines on hundreds of acres. Both wake early. Both sweat in the sun. Both put in long days. But one feeds a family. The other feeds a nation. That's the multiplying effect. That's leverage. So how do you shift your own path? Step 1. Stop thinking like an employee. Employees are trained to trade time for money. That's a dead end. Your time is limited. Once you give it away, it's gone forever. Step 2. Hunt for leverage. Ask yourself, what can I build once that keeps paying me? It could be a rental property, a digital product, a YouTube channel, an investment account, a system that runs without your constant attention. Step 3. Stack leverage. Combine capital with skill. Add technology. Add people. Each layer compounds the results. That's when exponential growth kicks in. Here's the part most people miss. Leverage feels uncomfortable at first because it breaks the script you were taught since childhood. It forces you to stop measuring success by hours worked. It forces you to detach your self-worth from sweat. That's hard because the lie is comfortable. The lie feels safe. The lie says, keep your head down and work harder. The lie keeps you predictable. The truth? The truth says, leverage or stay trapped. The truth doesn't care how much you suffered. The truth only rewards scale. Once you see this, you can't unsee it. You'll recognize the difference everywhere. Why one man retires with nothing while another retires wealthy. Why one dies in debt while another leaves a legacy. It's not luck. It's leverage. So here's your choice. You can keep digging with a shovel. Or you can start looking for the excavator. You can keep clocking in until your body gives out. Or you can build something that pays you even while you sleep. Because hard work without leverage is chains. Hard work with leverage is freedom. So the next time someone tells you to just work harder, smile. Because you know the secret. Hard work alone doesn't make you rich. Leverage does. If this hit you, subscribe now. Because every week we're tearing down another money lie. And in the next video, we'll show you how to build leverage that lasts for life.